Good morning again from what is about to become a very wet Glasgow. So I thought I'd get out quick and get this video done before it actually starts to rain too heavily. I hope you're hanging in there and managing to get out and get some practice done. I appreciate just swinging without a golf ball is not terribly exciting, and when we get back to hitting golf balls, there's nothing quite like the contact is on that sweet hit that we all have now and then. But hang on in there because this is really important stuff, and if we can develop those skills and awareness, that will allow us to then, when we do hit shots, develop the skills. That'll be good. What is all this about? Well, it is about skill, and it's about feel, because imagine I could give you the feel required to move the club, deliver the club in a way that would hit whatever shot you wanted. How would that be? Imagine you had the feel at your disposal that you knew would be able to hit a high draw, a knockdown fade, or whatever else. Well, that's what the guys that we aspire to be like have. They have this bank of feels that they call upon, and that's been learned over years and years and years of exploration and practice. But you can't have their feel. You can't have Rory's feel. You can't have John Ram's feel. You can't have my feel. You can only develop your own feel. And feel emanates from the tool back into the hands, because primarily the hands are what are going to be giving us a feel. It becomes a much more of a body experience as well, but it's primarily hands. So you have to develop that. And the thing is, you can. Everybody can, to different levels and different extents, but you can develop the feel for hitting different shots. But you've got to look at it from, how does the club need to move to produce the shot? Is the hold that I'm adopting and the stance that I'm adopting going to support that delivery? Pay attention to the way the club is moving, the direction, the club face, the shaft, the amount of force, and stay committed to that. Only then can you, presuming we collide with the ball or spot on the mat, only then can you make sense of what that feeling will produce. So that is it. We're trying to build up banks of stuff that you can't see. It's no use having a video camera or any kind of equipment. We can't measure the stuff that truly makes you skillful or allow you to learn the skills. So we need to keep hanging on in there if we can. This should go way beyond lockdown, and even if you're in the garden for 5 minutes when we are back playing golf, still that exploration, hit and move the club in as many different ways as you can to hit what you presume are big hooks and big draws and big slices and chops and flops, whatever. So we're going to look at exploring a little bit more extreme today, and we're going to just start with a big hook. So that would be the club swinging a long way to the right and the club face a lot shut, very shut to that path. So how do we do that? Well, I think shaft orientation is important to allow me to deliver the force a long way to the right. Got to find a ball position, a position that I feel will allow me to do that. It's so critical. The feeling that you have, it says, yeah, I can swing this golf club a long way to the right. I can influence the club face and keep it very close to that path, and I can collide with my spot. So that's going to be today's exercise. Got it? I'll demonstrate. So I want to swing in this golf club as far that way as I can. So if you can imagine, like this. So if I did that, I'm going to miss my mat, never mind my spot. So I would need to reposition myself. For me, it would be about here. Now I feel, yep, I could swing through my little spot and collide with it. Now I'm going to take a position. I'm going to feel it through my hands and arms. Yeah, I've got the club face pretty well facing towards the target. That might not even be closed enough, but who knows? Let's give it a go. In, out. Okay. Yeah, I feel that I could do that. There. So on that particular one, Ken Brown again, on that particular one, I just kept the club face closed to the path all the time. Didn't try and influence it, didn't rotate it. However, I might find that that won't actually hook the ball back far enough, and I may need to actually close the club a little bit more on the downswing, despite it being so closed. So I started with one hand, feeling and sensing how extreme I wanted the delivery to be, working back to a hold, a feeling of a grip that would allow me to keep swinging the club that far to the right, but also that would allow me to keep the club face shut to that. I just kept my attention on the club and I kept it closed as I swung it way to the right. Fortunately, I collided with my little spot in the mat, so it would have produced something, probably a big hook. Where it would have started and where it would have finished, we don't know, but that doesn't matter just now, because if it was too much hook or not enough hook, I'm starting to build up this sense of how to change that delivery to produce a new outcome. And that is getting to the key of this. It is not about you copying anything. It's not about you copying Tiger, albeit we would love to all look like Tiger. It's about you finding your own game. It's about you finding your feelings, a feel that's personal to you, that will produce different shots. Heights, shapes, distances, strikes, whatever. You have that in you, because we can learn just as well as Tiger. So we need to call upon that learning capacity. So good luck with that. Hang on in there, guys, and let's keep this going well past lockdown, and over weeks and months and years. And that's it. That's the reality of it. We will slowly but surely develop more control over the golf ball, and we all want that. Good luck.